Welcome back, everybody, to another match review. Barcelona beat Mallorca 1-0, and we're going to jump straight into it because, as you can see, I already have the stats pulled up. I mean, the fact that this game ended 1-0, I'm not going to lie, it sounds pretty fake to me because if you're just looking at this, dude, we had 40 shots, 14 off target, 13 on target, and just everything else, expected goals, the possession we had, how we played. The fact that this match didn't end 7-0 to Barcelona or something crazy, I don't know how. I think it is funny too if you look at Mallorca's goalkeeper, Leo Roman. Fun fact, he has not played a single league game since December. And the last time he played a league game in December was against Barcelona. Since then, he hasn't played, he hasn't started. And the last match he did play was a random Copa del Rey match they had in January. And since he had like a man of the match performance today, which I thought was just crazy, he got like a 9 on Footmob. But I really don't know. Like I said, if it wasn't for him, bro, like we would have at least ended 7-0. But a couple things to get into. This should be a quick match for you today, just because other than the amount of shots we had on goal, I don't really have too much to say. So let's get into it. Because if we do get into a lineup, and I'll just use this just to talk about all the players and how the game went today. We did have some great rotation. Eric Garcia came in for Kunde, and finally, Kunde gets an actual proper rest, not starting and then coming on later. He didn't come on at all. So after like 104 games straight of playing, he finally gets a deserved rest. For all I know, he could be doing sprints in a different country right now because, according to Flick, he never rests. But, anyway, Eric Garcia, I think, did really well at right back today. Really good stuff. We'll get into that a little bit later for how the first goal went. Araujo started ahead of Kubarsi. Fort actually finally came in, as well as Fati. There were, like, as we saw, complaints from both of them. They were frustrated last match. They didn't get to come on. Visibly frustrated. Hansi Flick even spoke about it. And, both of them getting a start after that finally to show you know what they're made of, and really prove to Flick that they should be playing more. And I think both of them did really good, especially Fort. Then midfield pretty much the same. Pedri, Gavi, and Olmo, great combination. Yamal and Ferran started as Lewandowski is still injured, and Ferran, I think, good game from him. I mean, Ferran, Olmo, and Yamal, just those three just really good today. The way they were interchanging Varane and Olmo positions, Pedri and Gavi, able to control and dictate the game in those deeper positions. Pedri sometimes pushing higher up, obviously to help with the attack. Man of the match performance from him today. We're gonna get into that also later. But yeah, the passing combos I saw, Olmo, Ferran, and Yamal on that side, really good. I mean, just the whole team in general was really, really good today with all the passing play. It's just unfortunate that the amount of shots we got off and we couldn't score. There was like God knows how many. Like we had multiple times where we got so many shots I couldn't score. But the goal right here would quickly go over. Eric Garcia plays a wonderful low cross into Olmo, who has the run in, has very little space as he's already getting pressed, but just turns a little bit, hits it with his weak foot into the bottom left, basically recreating his goal. I don't remember who it was against, but he scored a goal very similar to this early in the season. Really good stuff from him. We really, really need him as fit as possible until the end of the season. He's so crucial. Such a great game from him today. But yeah, basically just it was really good. But there was like two times, I'm not gonna lie, that we had like five shots back to back within like the span of like 10 seconds in the box. All of them were blocked or saved. Like I say, Leo Roman on the other team turning into like he was playing like he was on crack. But other than that, like it was really good from the team, all the passing. And I do want to get into Pedri because, like I said, want to keep it short, and I don't have much to say other than that. There is a lot of performances I could go over, but I just want to go over Pedri because if we take a look at some of these screenshots I have, he was doing this all game, but this pass he plays to Eric Garcia earlier in the game, what a diagonal ball. It's a tough angle for Eric Garcia, so he can't really do anything for it other than shoot for goal. So it is an easy save. But then another one later in the game where it should have been 2-0 for us. 78th minute. Pedri, kind of his body orientation, kind of, looking like he's going to pass, sideways or something. Something very reminiscent actually of something Busquets used to do this pass reminded me. But he plays it straight to Yamal. What a pass it was. Yamal, unfortunately, he hesitates too much, tried to do like a little bit of like a step over, and it's a poor shot from him. I feel like he could have chipped it or tried to blast it, but kind of poor from him. But it is what it is. I that should have been 2-0. But like I was saying, like it does remind me of Busquets because Busquets used to do that thing where his body orientation, like I was saying, he would turn one way, look like he was going to side pass, and then not like basically 90 degrees, just you know play a wonderful through pass like that. So Pedri today was playing like everyone, Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, whoever you can name in prime Barcelona. He was playing like. There's also other stats here, like he had a record per possession won this season in the match, and he broke it today. 17 last game, and then 18 this game. His defensive work just can't go unnoticed. Just really good. I know stats, can't really show how good he is. And also, real quick, this touch he had earlier, these screenshots are not going to do as good, or maybe wow you as much as the video will. But Inigo plays a really good long pass to him, and Inigo really good today as well. And just his ball playing, I love that about him. He's able to pick out passes like that. And Pedri, the ball is behind him, but he's still able to touch it, and get it past him and burst past it to the defender. Just like I said, incredible player. You really have to watch the game back or just watch a compilation of him today against Mallorca. Unbelievable performance, as you can see by these stats. And yeah, I don't really have much else to say about that. I'm glad Fati and Fort, were able to get some minutes, much needed minutes. I don't know if Hansi Flick is going to consistently play them, but me personally, I much rather Fort over Martin. Fati, you could take or leave it. I don't really care either way, but I think he did good today. He showed a lot of hunger and a lot of desire. It's just the shot wasn't there, which I don't necessarily blame him for. Like he's barely played, but he was, energetic at least. He was showing the will to want to do something. So I respect that a lot. And like I said, I'm glad he's able to get a start today. And I'm gonna leave you off with the league table. Barcelona now putting pressure on Madrid again. We're 7 points ahead. With Madrid still have the game in hand, but I'm pretty sure the next fixture they have tomorrow is against Getafe, and you know how Getafe are. So I'm hoping that Getafe play the worst football, and by worst I mean the most annoying, frustrating, terrible football against them, and can at least scrape a draw or something. And it is at home at Getafe, so even worse for them. And considering how they did against Bilbao, against a team that was fielded that was basically a B team, really hoping Getafe could get something from that. For once, I'm hoping, Getafe win the match. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think. Not much else to say other than that, but really big win for us and great stuff from the team. Again, the Copa del Rey final is in 4 days. Again, really excited for that. I think we're going to give Madrid a really big, really big beating, really, and win the cup in style. There's going to be a lot of people at that stadium. So, really great stuff. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Visca Barca, and talk to you later.